Hello, I'm Atujaman and you're watching HornbillTV's Prime at 9. Now news in details. The TISIT unit of the Konyak Union has called off the indefinite ban in demand for a resumption of work on National Highway 702. The unit issued a press release on Monday informing that the contractor in concern has willfully complied with the demand made by the TISIT civil society organizations and have resumed work along National Highway 702. In view of the assurance, the TISIT Area Students' Union has decided to temporarily lift the ban on August 1st with immediate effect. The Konyak Union and the TISIT Area Students' Union has expressed gratitude to the civil organizations in Mon District for cooperating and offering support during the first and second phase of the agitations, the note stated. 8 people died and 13 were seriously injured in a fire at a private hospital in Jabalpur. The fire broke out in New Life Multi-Specialist Hospital located in Jabalpur's Chandal Bhata area this afternoon. The fire occurred at New Life Multi-Speciality Hospital near Damunaka area of Jabalpur in the afternoon. 5 patients and 3 hospital staffs were killed in the fire. More than a dozen people are also injured, police said. Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan tweeted, "Saddened with the news of a major fire at the hospital in Jabalpur. I am in touch with the local administration and have directed the Chief Secretary to monitor the incident. The rescue operations are underway." A special court in Mumbai sent Shiv Sena MP Sanjay Raut to ED custody till August 4 in connection with a money laundering case linked or related to the redevelopment of a chawal. The agency had demanded. Raut was arrested on Sunday midnight after the ED conducted searches at his residence and claims to have recovered rupees 11.5 lakh in unaccounted cash. Before being produced in the court, Raut was taken to a government hospital for checkup. Raut, who spent the night in ED's South Mumbai office after his arrest, was taken to the hospital after 12:30 p.m. He was seen waving to media personnel gathered outside the agency's office. Sanjay Raut's lawyer advocate Ashok Mundargi told the special court in Mumbai that Raut's arrest is politically motivated. He is a patient with a heart-related ailment. He had also undergone surgery. Papers related to this have been presented before the court, he said. During the remand period, Raut will be quizzed between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. over the money laundering case. Officials said he'll be able to meet and speak with his lawyers from 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. The Enforcement Directorate on Monday told a special PMLA court in Mumbai that former director of Guru Ashish Construction Private Limited, Pravin Rawat, was the frontman of the Shiv Sena MP Sanjay Raut in the Patra Chawal scam. Sanjay Raut is currently in the custody of the ED in a money laundering case related to irregularities in a chawal redevelopment project in Mumbai's Goregaon area.
ये मोबाइल दोनों मोबाइल ये हेलो टाइम टाइम ये हेलो हीरो
The capital of the country has a new police chief. New Commissioner of Delhi Police, Sanjay Raut, on August 1st, took charge of Delhi Police and replaced Rakesh Asthana as the new commissioner. A Kerala youth who died in Thrissur on Saturday had tested positive for monkeypox abroad. State Health Minister Veena George said the 22-year-old youth, a native of Puniyur in Thrissur, died at a private hospital in Thrissur days after he returned from the UAE. The government said that while the results of the test done in the UAE confirmed the presence of the monkeypox virus, a probe would be conducted to ascertain the cause of the death. The State Health Department has sent his samples to the National Institute of Virology's Alpuza unit in Kerala. Sources in the Health Department said the youth, who was employed at Ras Al Khaimah in the UAE, reached Kozhikode Airport in Kerala on July 22nd. On July 26, he developed a fever and sought treatment at a local hospital. Later, he was shifted to another hospital where he was put on life support. A massive fire broke out at the office of the Crime Investigation Department of Manipur Police around 2 a.m. and 8 fire tenders were pressed into action to control the fire and douse the fire. The exact cause of the fire is yet to be ascertained, but it was suspected that the fire could have started from a short circuit. Documents, office materials stored at the CID office were reduced to ashes. Meanwhile, Chief Minister N. Biren Singh informed the House about the fire incident at the ongoing second session of the 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly. An FIR has been registered for further investigation, CM told the House. When HornbillTV reached the site, the area was cordoned off by the Forensic Department and officials refused to give any comments. A A motion to remove the suspension of 4 Congress members was passed in the Lok Sabha on Monday, following which the same was revoked. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi moved a motion in this regard, which was approved by the House. With the deadlock coming to an end, a discussion on price rise began that was initiated by Congress member Manish Tiwari. 4 Congress members, Manikam Thakur, Ram Haridas, T.N. Pratapan and S. Jyotimani were suspended last Monday for the rest of the session for protests and carrying placards inside the House. Before this, Speaker Om Birla urged all parties to not bring placards inside the House, failing which he will strictly enforce rules. The House was adjourned first till 12 noon after the House convened for the day and amid as the opposition protests over the suspension of the MPs. When the House reassembled at 12, opposition MPs restored to sloganeering, leading to another adjournment till 2 p.m. We'll take a short break. Keep watching. Putting all the speculations over a cabinet reshuffle to rest, the West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee on Monday announced that the cabinet reshuffle will be held on Wednesday. Speaking to reporters, Mamata said many of them are writing a lot. We don't have plans to dissolve the whole ministry and form a new one. Yes, there will be a reshuffle. We lost ministers Subrata Mukherjee, Sadan Pandey, Partha is in jail, and so all the work has to be done. Not possible for me to handle alone. We will do reshuffle on Wednesday. There will be 4 to 5 new faces, she said. The speculations were triggered when Banerjee last week hinted that reconstruction was soon likely. Partha Das has been relieved of his ministerial responsibilities. For the time being, I will keep his ministries till a cabinet reshuffle takes place, Mamata Banerjee had said. The development comes days after the arrest of TMC veteran Partha Ghosh in connection with the alleged multi-core SSC scam. Chatterjee, the former virtual number 2 both in the TMC and the government, was stripped of all his ministerial responsibilities and suspended from the party following his arrest last week and the recovery of around Rs 50 crore from flats of his associate Arpita Mukherjee. Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi, while reiterating India's zero-tolerance policy towards terrorism, anyone who uses a gun should be dealt with a gun. No negotiation with anyone who talks against unity and integrity of the country. No talks with any armed group in last 8 years, if only for surrender. He added that if someone committed an act of terrorism, the person would have to pay the cost. Ravi was addressing a session of contemporary challenges to internal security in Kochi.
To have terrorist attack. Look at what happened when Mumbai attack happened, and the whole country was traumatized for almost more than 50 hours. We kept watching on the TV helplessly, the whole country getting humiliated by just a handful of terrorists. And within 9 months of that, our Prime Minister and Pakistan Prime Minister, they meet in Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt, and they signed a joint communique. We are both countries are victims of terrorism. We should try it. What is this? Are we clear? Do we have Shatru Bodh? Is Pakistan a friend or an enemy? That has to be clear. If you try to be in between, you have a confusion. Santi, Aman ki Asha. What Aman ka Asha? We had Aman ka Asha was there. Prime Minister Bajpayee went, Modi went to Nawaz Sharif's wedding of his family, wedding in his family. But Pathankot, Kargil, Uri, and what happened after Pulwama?
Referring to ED's action on Sanjay Raut, Chief Sena MP Anil Desai on August 1 said that the opposition's voice is being stifled by using government machinery. Speaking to NI, Desai said that the people of the country are watching how the voice of the opposition is being stifled using government machineries.
जांच रहेगी, पूछताछ रहेगी, बार-बार वो तो उनसे ईडी से मुलाकात भी हुई है, उन्होंने मिलकर सब बातें साफ रखी भी थी, लेकिन विपक्ष की आवाज दबोचने का जो एक नया तरीका अब इस लोकतंत्र में अपनाया जा रहा है, उसको लोग देख रहे हैं। और जहां तक संजय राउत की बात है, उन्होंने अपना पक्ष स्पष्ट रखा हुआ है। जांच पड़ताल जो भी करना है, ये करना है, उसके बाद में वो आ जाएंगे उसी तरह से। अब विपक्ष की जो आवाज सुननी चाहिए, उसी को दबोचने की अगर इरादा सामने सत्ताधीशों का हो, तो ये लोकतंत्र में बहुत बड़ा आघात है। हाँ, तो इसीलिए तो वो तो अब जो भी पूछा जा रहा है उसको सीधा सीधा जवाब दे रहे हैं। इसके पहले भी दिया हुआ जवाब था, लेकिन हर बार कुछ ना कुछ बहाना करके ये दिखाना जरूरी है कि भाई किस तरह से हम सख्ती ला सकते हैं, किस तरह से हम किसी को दबा सकते हैं। ये नीति मैं समझता हूँ भारतवर्ष के लोग देख रहे हैं।
The World Health Organization has stated in its public health advisory for gays and men who have sex with men that the risk of monkeypox is not just limited to them. After World Health Organization's earlier statement triggered a hoax that might have demonized the LGBTQ community. World Health Organization in its earlier statement had said that a few monkeypox cases were reported in health clinics located in the LGBTQ communities.
One of the things we've recognized with this outbreak, it's not typical. We're seeing cases, as you say, among men who identify as gay, bisexual, or from other groups of men who have sex with men in several countries, often linked to travel, or recent travel. And it seems clear, as Rosamond was saying, that this is linked to close contact. So this could be through social contact, possibly through sexual contact, which of course is close contact. We're still in the early days of this outbreak, so there's a lot we're still learning. But the communities themselves are clearly, number one, concerned and really keen on getting accurate information to help them understand risk and how they can manage the risk. And number two, they're really keen to make sure that information is proportionate and fair. And there's a lot of stigma and discrimination that surrounds many diseases. And I think the key thing we need to look out for is, as WHO, to work with our partners in communities and elsewhere to make sure that the messaging is correct. So while, for example, we're seeing, some cases amongst men who have sex with men, this is not a gay disease, as some people in social media have attempted to label it. That's just not the case. Anybody can contract monkeypox through close contact. We know as well in WHO that when we want to be responsive to an emergency or to an outbreak, in addition to really working with the experts, tracking the epidemiology, we need to work with communities really from the beginning.
After clinching a gold medal in the men's 73 kg final at the ongoing Commonwealth Games 2022, Achinta Sholay has dedicated his medal to his brother and coaches. After overcoming many struggles, he won this medal and will dedicate this medal to his brothers and coaches, Achinta Sholay told ANI. Next, he will prepare for the Olympics, Achinta Sholay told ANI.
मेडल का तो मुझे बहुत खुश है सर। मैं थोड़ा सा परफॉर्मेंस और चाहता था, तो मेरा सेकेंड अटेम्प्ट मिस हो गया थोड़ा बहुत, मतलब ब्लैकआउट के वजह से। तो मैं थोड़ा सा परफॉर्मेंस के लिए कुछ अफसोस है, बाकी तो मेडल का और मेरा जो परफॉर्मेंस नेच का मैं पकड़ के रखा हूँ उसका मुझे खुश है बहुत ज़्यादा।
आज आपको देख के कैसा लगता है? आपके फैमिली से आप बहुत ही मुश्किल दौर से भी उठकर आकर आज कंट्री के लिए मेडल जीत रहे हैं, तो ये सब चीज़ वो मुश्किल दौर देख के और आज ये देश के लिए मेडल जीत के देखना कैसा
सर मुझे तो अभी बहुत खुशी है, क्योंकि मैंने बहुत सारा स्ट्रगल करके थोड़ा सा मैं मेडल जीता है और आगे भी मुझे मेडल और मुझे चाहिए, तो इसलिए मैं कोशिश करूँगा और मेहनत के साथ, और मैं और फैमिली को और मेरा को सब लोग को खुश करता रहूँगा धीरे धीरे। मुझे अभी ओलंपिक के लिए तैयारी करना है, मतलब जो क्वालिफाई इवेंट है उनके लिए तैयारी करना है। मेरा भैया को और मेरा सभी कोचेस को, जो मेरे लिए हमेशा डांटते रहता है, जो ट्रेनिंग में फोकस करने के लिए बोलते रहता है, उनको सर।
India is likely to receive an average amount of rain in August and September, the weather office said on Monday, pointing to overall good crop yields in Asia's third biggest economy that relies on farming to boost growth and generate jobs. The state-run India Meteorological Department defines average or normal rainfall as between 96% and 104% of a 50-year average of 89 centimeters from the 4th-month season beginning in June. But some rice-growing states in India's east may receive below-average monsoon rains. Mohapatra, Director General of the IMD, told a virtual news conference, India is the world's biggest exporter of rice, a staple for Asia, and monsoon rains determine the size of the country's rice crop. Good output would help India maintain its preeminent position in the global rice market, but a prolonged spell of lower or uneven rains could hit the crop. The Indian cricket team scored a big win in the Commonwealth Games of Birmingham on July 21st. The team defeated the Pakistani team to back the win. The players expressed their happiness over the win.
शानदार जीत निकटतम प्रतिद्वंदी पाकिस्तान के विरुद्ध, उसके बारे में आप क्या कहेंगे?
अच्छा लग रहा है जिस हिसाब से आज हम लोग खेले थे, और अच्छा लग रहा है जीतने के बाद, क्योंकि फर्स्ट जीत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होती है। और अच्छा लगा जैसे आज हम लोगों ने क्रिकेट खेला और काफ़ी सारे पॉजिटिव थे, और आगे इन चीज़ों को ही हम लोग कंटिन्यू करेंगे। ऐसे इंडिया को जिताना और 50 मारना, आई थिंक वो ही बहुत बड़ी बात है। कोई भी अपोजिशन हो, आई थिंक इंटरनेशनल मैच बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है कि हम जीते। और ये मैच क्योंकि हम लोग फर्स्ट मैच हारे थे, तो हमारे लिए क्वालिफिकेशन के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट था पाकिस्तान और ऑल्सो बारबाडोस को मैच जीतना। तो वही प्लान था, ऐसा कुछ नहीं था कि ये अपोजिशन के सामने ऐसे खेलना है और वो सब चीज़ें।
बहुत अच्छा लगा कि क्राउड ही बहुत था और बहुत मजा आया कि क्राउड को देख के और भी ज्यादा हम वो हो जाते, पुश अपने आप पुश कर पाते हैं, तो बहुत अच्छा लगा और जीते भी बहुत अच्छा लगा।
आप फर्स्ट परफॉर्मेंस के बारे में क्या कहेंगी? बल्लेबाजी में भी आपने 2 शॉट लगा लिए और गेंदबाजी से भी आपने विकेट लिया, उसके बारे में क्या कहेंगे?
बहुत अच्छा लगा। बॉलिंग के लिए अभी नेट में बॉलिंग करने लगी हूँ।
A training program for self-employment was conducted in Kifre, where speakers gave updates about various business opportunities people can build. During the program, project coordinator Kevinitio Tepa narrated an incident where there was a free training program in Dimapur for masonry and carpentry. No Nagas, or a few of them, turned up, he said. He queried why the people are not taking opportunities. Tepa mentioned that most Nagas search only for easy money. He gave some business examples such as liquid detergent business and mushrooms business, which he said are also profitable. He encouraged the trainees to not settle with just one job, but to try expand in learning and earning through multiple avenues. He spoke about how customer relationship is important in building businesses. If the business satisfied a customer, they will become a means of the business expansion, the trainees were told.
Construction field tabi khodam ho na hoy because manuan ghor banaise bangao aro banao na noy to ghor do banai thaki bole ase pipe han lagai thaki bole ase painting kuri thaki bole ase na to uttudu tader field le do mohan dignity of labor thakise bole do mohan nakamano ki hat lekha bole man mon na thake ise do bacha thakibo na extra aro school purao lagibo to ekta job pado ki tabi no hobode mo to guarantee dibo government job paile ekta job pado no ho na to duita tinta avenues sorry pura to side hustle bena manna to utu bisari na olo extra
That's all we have for now. Keep watching Hornbill TV.